Hi everyone, welcome to our online Scout meeting. It's Scouts with a twist for the foreseeable future. Hope everyone's okay. Heard all the schools are shutting down from Friday, so I'm sure some of you are very excited. But I can promise you now, within a week, you'll be going mad. So, Scouts have tried to come up with some really great new things that you can do while you're not at school and while we're not having Scout meetings, so that you can kind of work towards a few badges, so that when we come back eventually, once this whole thing has died down, so that you'll have some things under your belt. So it hasn't been, you haven't just been sitting around waiting to come back. So the leaders have been working really hard to try and think of some really great things that you can be doing at home. We'll have some ideas which I'll go through in a moment, but I just wanted to start off and point out that on this YouTube channel, which I hope everyone has been able to work properly, and I hope it's working for everyone, that if you go into the main YouTube page and if you then go onto our videos, our group scout leader Sam has kicked us off with a really great video that I hope everyone, once I've finished my little live broadcast to all of you at home, I hope that you'll watch it. So essentially what she's done is she's done a video and it's all about being a super preventer. Now, what that means is working really hard and taking active steps to make sure that you are not contracting this virus and that you're not spreading it on. So what Sam's done is a really great instructional video of how to do these things. Now, what we think would be really, really great is if some of you thought of along those lines of how you can change things in your daily lives so that you can also be a super preventer. Because, we want Third Southgate to come out of this coronavirus and for people to say, oh, did you see the great things that Third Southgate were doing? Because, during this time when it's a bit uncertain, everyone's a bit scared, it's really great if people can be putting out a really good message. So this is one of the things that we've kind of come up with that you can do at home to be a super preventer, and it also works towards one of the badges that we're going to be getting you to work towards over the next few weeks, which I'll go through in a moment. So after I've finished my little spiel on my live broadcast to everyone, if you go into the YouTube page and go to videos, then that will have Sam's little example on there, and you can have a little listen, take on everything Sam's saying, and then maybe come up with a new fresh idea of your own. So that's number one. Number two, what we're going to be doing, starting from as soon as I finish this broadcast, is we're going to be doing a photography challenge. Now, this is obviously something that you can do at home in your gardens safely so that you are still being a super preventer. So basically what we're going to do is there's going to be 6 categories. These are the categories. So you've got number 1 is be prepared. As you know, that's the Scout motto. Now, it's aimed for you to be really creative in what you think can come under these headings. So be prepared, it could be prepared for coronavirus, or it can be prepared for things when you come out of the outside, when everyone is no longer socially distancing themselves. So, whatever you think can come under the banner of be prepared. So I'll just go through the categories and then we'll get into what we want you to do. Number 2 is social distancing. As I'm sure you're all aware, you're meant to be staying 2 meters apart from people and not visiting those who are vulnerable and those who are elderly, so that you're not taking the risk of spreading coronavirus. So one example that George, one of our leaders, George, has done is, I hope he's posted it in the challenge, which I'll send round to you all as soon as I've finished. And you can see a really great example of a photo that he's taken, which he thinks comes under the banner of social distancing. So that's one example that I'll show you in a minute. Number 3 is a nice little motto that all of us leaders go by, is Wednesday night is Scout night. This might not be coming around the right way, but oh well. So number 3 is Wednesday night is Scout night. For us leaders, that we live our lives by that. Every Wednesday is Scout night, always has been, always will be. Now, what you want you to do is to still think of Wednesday nights as Scout night. We may not be meeting at St. Paul's Hall or at Bourne Hill, but there's still so many Scout related things that you can be doing at home on a Wednesday night. So that's another one of our categories. Number 4 is pets and wildlife. Now, obviously, you're not going to be going out, doing really great sort of things that you might be doing. So you won't be going to rugby club, you won't be going to football club, but there are so many great wild experiences in your own garden that you can find, and I want you to be taking pictures of them under this category 4. Same goes for your pets. So as far as we're aware, as far as government's guidance said, taking your dog for a walk on your own is still absolutely fine. So if that's something that you do already, it's still great to get outside with your dog, because obviously it's going to be a bit difficult to do as much exercise as you're used to at the moment. So dog walking, really important. Try and get some great pictures. I've put a picture of me walking my friend's dog, which I'll send around to you along with George's picture afterwards. So that's something that you can see that I've taken a picture of. Number 5 is small things. So what comes under this banner is being, not being able to do the normal things you do on the weekend or after school might make you appreciate the small things a bit more. So that's the idea of number 5. So if there's anything you've come across while you're in self-isolation, if you are, I hope you're okay and that you're not, but if you are, and if you're socially distancing and you've come to appreciate a few small things, then that's that banner. And number 6 is outdoors. Now that's sort of the same as pets and wildlife, but I'll leave it up to you. If you can think of anything that would come under number 6 that you'd like to submit a picture of, then that's that one. Now,
are they going to get a badge for this, Melissa?
They will get a badge for this. It's called the photography badge, and there's quite a few things that come under that banner. And also there's a creative challenge badge, which is part of your Chief Scout Gold Award, which is something that we've done in previous meetings that hopefully you all remember. It's quite a good one to be able to do at home while we're not able to do as many activities as we usually would do. So obviously there's several things that come in that, and most of them can be done from your home. So photography is a really great one. So part of the photography badge is learning how to use a camera, whether it be a smartphone camera, whether it be a digital camera, whatever you have at home, so learning how to use it effectively and to its, to its optimal level. So learning how to do the brightness and things like that, and learning how to take the perfect photo. Yes, and one of our lovely leaders, Zoe, has a lot of experience in photography. She studied at school. She did really, really well. She's our photography pro. So any questions that you have or any queries that you have, or if you wanted some special advice about something that you're submitting or that you want to do, send an email to scouts@thirdsouthgate.org.uk and address it to Zoe, and she'll be able to kind of teach you and show you the best way for you to take that particular photo if you're not sure. Now, I know a lot of you have a lot of experience with using your phones and taking pictures and things like that. So hopefully you have some tricks under your sleeve that will make you be able to really advance in this badge. And yeah, so I hope that's something that you'll be interested in. What we want you to do is, starting as soon as I finish, is start thinking of ideas that you can come under those 6 headings. Start taking some pictures, and over the course of the next week, I want you to send them all into that email address. Your parents will have it if you don't have it. To send all your submissions into that email address, and then all the leaders have access to it. We'll all be able to see them, and we're going to judge them, and then eventually we're going to have a few winners and maybe some runner-ups and some special efforts, who knows. And then we're going to judge them, and we will publish the winners on our website so that everyone can have a good look at all the amazing work that everyone's been doing while everyone's been cooped up at home. Yay! Yay! Excellent. So then hopefully, being cooped up inside will be a productive experience for everyone, rather than being bored and tired and fighting with your family. So another thing that I'm really passionate about, that I think that we could really do as Third Southgate, is, trying in small ways to help in our community. So what I've done today is, because I'm now being told to work from home, is I've found myself with time in the evening that I didn't have before, and obviously time at the weekend because we're socially distancing ourselves and cinemas are shut and that sort of thing. So I'm finding myself at a bit of a loose end, and I thought, oh, what can I do for people down my road that would be a massive help if they're working for the NHS, or if they're in self-isolation, or if they're just generally a bit anxious about the whole situation. So I did a little flyer that I posted through all the letterboxes for all the houses down my road, and let them know my name, and that if they were struggling at home, that I would be willing to walk their dog. Small things, okay? It doesn't have to be a massive thing, but if you can think of any way that you could potentially help someone during this really difficult time, obviously get the permission of your parents before doing anything. But try and think if there's anything that you think you can do that would help someone during this whole crisis, because it's never something like this has never happened before. Hopefully it will never happen again, but hopefully Third Southgate can, everyone in N21 and Winterval Hill can be saying, oh, Third Southgate did really, really great things during this, horrible, anxious, uncertain time, and then we'll continue with our really great reputation in the area. So try and think of any ideas. If you think of something really, really great, obviously run it by your parents, see what they say, and then send your ideas into our email address. And again, we'll try and think of ways that we can potentially implement it safely and for the help of everyone. So that's number 2. I think that's everything. Over the next few weeks, this is going to be challenge number 1, is the photography and vlogging badge. More details will follow, but this is week 1. So we're going to be working really hard as leaders to try and come up with really fun things that you can do at home. We'll send you several other things over the weeks that can keep you entertained, because I appreciate it's all going to be a bit boring. There's only so long that you can play on your Xbox with your friends before you start crawling up the walls with boredom. So we're going to try and come up with some really fun and creative things that you can do. Obviously, this is a test run for us. We've never done a meeting like this before. I hope we don't have to do it for very long, and I hope that every Wednesday going forward, we can always have our physical meetings at St. Paul's, but we are learning how to do this properly. So hopefully it's worked for everyone. I hope everyone has got the idea of what we're trying to do. Obviously, I hope things are going to improve and get better over the next few weeks. It won't just be me every week. You'll get a variety of leaders. I don't want you to just get sick of me by the end of coronavirus. I'm sure you don't want me on your big screens for the next several weeks. That's another thing. So we're hoping to have several videos over the coming weeks, not just ones like this, but maybe some good instructional videos about photography or vlogging or the optimum way to use a camera, all these sort of things. So we're hoping to be able to release these little snippets to you as we go through the weeks, just as a little incentive and to help you in these challenges that we're going to be setting you over the next few weeks. So I hope everyone has understood. I'm going to try and send through the link to the photography challenge badge now, so that all of you can have a good read of it, start coming up with some ideas, and then hopefully start taking some really great pictures and videos tonight during our usual Scout time. So then you can start submitting them, sending them in, and we can start having a look at the really great things that I'm sure you're going to be doing.
Do you think we'll be able to make a video of all of their work compiled together?
I think that is completely a thing that we'll be able to do, and potentially will do. That is a great idea, listener. So yes, that's a good point. So at the end of it, we're hoping to be able to compile everyone's videos and pictures and all the amazing things that you're going to be able to do over the next few weeks, compile them together, and then it will be, I'm not sure if any of you have seen them, but often once we come back from a summer camp, we have a really great video at the end that shows all the highlights and everything like that. And while people are worried and anxious, I think it'd be really nice to be able to show something to say, oh yeah, it was this, it was quite trying time, but look at all the amazing things that we were able to do, because we thought with innovation, and we thought, how can we make this better? How can we do something productive with this time, rather than just, giving up and thinking, no, that we can't do anything. So that's what we're trying to do. Hopefully you'll take that message on board, and that you'll all get on board as well, and you can do some really great things and send them in to us, and then we can potentially have something to keep forever, which will be really nice.
I can feel some Jack Petchey awards coming on.
I think I can as well. This has strong Jack Petchey potential, guys. And as you know, they are a coveted award. So it'd be really great if we can get some good submissions in, and then we can get some good awards for all of you, because you will definitely deserve them after this. Listeners, do we have any further questions or any queries?
I don't think so.
No. So first of all of you go and have a little look in the video link in the YouTube page, so you can have a look at Sam's Super Preventer video as a little idea. Hopefully that will be able to make you brainstorm and think of some amazing things that you can do as well. And then in the meantime, I'll be sending through the link to the photography challenge to all of you now, so that you can get cracking on it, and then hopefully you can spend your Wednesday evening actually scouting within your home rather than at St. Paul's. So I hope everyone is ready. I hope everyone sort of enjoyed me talking at them from a screen. I'm sure it was great. Obviously, if any of you have any questions or queries or anything, just send them into our email, and our photography expert Zoe, or one of us who are less expert but not completely inept, will get back to you and try and answer your questions. So yeah, everyone go and watch Sam's video, and then I'll send through the photography challenge badge. All right, bye everyone. Yay! Bye. Done.